Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Blood Omen Legacy of Kain for the Sony PlayStation 1. In the last video, we found the HMCS bidder, and if you're wondering why a Canadian ship is in Nosgoth, it's because Silicon Knights, who came up with the story and idea for Blood Omen Legacy of Kain, they are a Canadian developer. So, might as well mention that because I didn't mention it in the last video. Also, we did it! I spent 90 minutes in the beginning area of the game, pretty much where the first switch to unlock the entrance leading to the HMCS bidder was, with the Iron Sword, and just destroying villagers and bandits, and making meals out of anyone that I slashed, to get to this point. I have now gone from Overlord to Saint to Devourer of Worlds. Devourer of Worlds is the highest rank you can possibly get for your prestige. Once you reach the prestige level of Devourer of Worlds, there is no other level of prestige that you can reach, and it should be mentioned that for getting Devourer of Worlds, you get nothing. The prestige ranks are there just for fun. However, I've never seen anyone get this, and I might as well do it myself. So, now that that's over with, we need to head to Willendorf, and I will explain things as this loading screen does loading screen things, and I re-equip my fire sword because I needed to use the iron one for the killings and meals.
Flame sword.
So, we're going to fly to Willendorf. Once we enter the throne room in the castle, we will automatically return the doll to King Ottmar. And we will eventually trigger, well, as soon as we go into the throne room, we trigger a no turning back point. You can't go back to any other areas for anything you may have missed. I may have missed a few magic runes here and there, but I don't know where they are. I don't really have an idea of where they are, and I don't feel like finding them. And you can't go back to any other previous areas or go looking for the HMCS bidder. So, you better not go into the throne room where King Ottmar is unless you are absolutely ready. Because once you go in there, there is absolutely no turning back. Of course, once we fly here by bat spell, we're still going to have to go to the castle itself. We do have to go through it. So let me get my shield ready, because I'm going to need it sooner rather than later. And we are going to head straight to the castle right now. And I kind of learned how to fight him. Glad I'm able to do it even after beating up bandits and villagers for the last 90 minutes or so of time that I've spent with this game. But of course I will have to run into other soldiers once I go over here. Can I? I guess I can. Alright. Need to remember to press R1 for the really good stuff. And thankfully, because I've defeated all the guards here, they're just going to be ghosts. So that's not going to be much of an issue. I'm glad I did that. And I can just move past all these guys. I mean, I might as well. I might as well just go ahead and move past all these guys. Dead ahead of the throne room, but I might as well just go ahead and give myself a little bit of a entertainment here. And just myrtleize all these guys. And once I go into the room to the north, that's the throne room. No turning back at all. We're going to return the doll, then we're going to get a cutscene, and then we're going to do things.
I entered the court with the doll-maker's head in one hand and the doll containing the girl's soul in the other. I placed them both before the king and watched his eyes catch fire. With the doll in their possession, the court's sorcerers could restore his daughter's soul.
I do not know that I can thank you enough, warrior. My kingdom is but a small price to pay for my daughter's life. Willendorf is yours if you wish it.
'Tis not your kingdom I desire, but your army, Ottmar. I require troops to vanquish the horde that descends upon us from the north.
Very well. Courtiers, fetch me my armor and mace. There is war to be waged!
The scourge of Nosgoth is upon us, friends. We shall die today as heroes, lest we live tomorrow as slaves. Ready thine arms for Nosgoth!
In the distance I saw the Nemesis armies march forward, a black tide that would soon wash over the armies of the Hope.
And we have these red guys, which are the enemies we've been fighting so far. And we have the guys in white, who are now our allies. We can get blood from the enemies if we so desire it. And we can also get it from our allies. But your main thing to do here is to just go all the way to the north on each screen that you go to. You want to watch out for anything spiky, and you also want to watch out for the enemies. Don't even bother fighting off all of the guys in the red horned armor, because they will keep spawning in. However, if you can fight one off and get some health off of them, you can. Also, all that was spikes. You definitely want to stay away from all that.
They came at me in throngs. No fervor as strong as that inspired by a madman. The Nemesis armies were fierce and showed no signs of subsiding.
And the guy right there with the mace, that is Ottmar. So he's fighting along with us.
I sated my thirst on warriors of Horde and Hope alike, the dying relinquishing their final moments to give me strength.
And Ottmar is only going to be on this screen. And he can smack an enemy once just to stun them, and then smack them again to get rid of them.
The tides turned with Ottmar's death. I watched as the remaining survivors of the armies of Hope fled to the safety of the forest. The battle had decided its victor. The fate of Nosgoth now lay in the Nemesis' hands.
And once you go past that point, Ottmar disappears, and you don't see him ever again. By the way, right there it says "Death to Ottmar" on that sign above all those bloody skulls, in case you're wondering what that says. And the only reason I know about that is because there is a high-res texture mod for the PC version, I think, that makes everything look really good, and that's how I know about that. But yeah, we are losing. The Nemesis forces are absolutely obliterating us. Ottmar's dead. And at this point, you will have no backup, and everybody's going to be gunning straight for you. This is when I use the shield and then group everybody together and hit them all with the flame sword. Also, waiting for him to say it. He's supposed to say Ve Victus. He's been pronouncing it wrong the whole time. It's supposed to be Vi Victus, which means woe to the conquered. The quote is correct, and he said it right when I was talking about it too. But it's not pronounced Ve Victus. It's pronounced Vi Victus. I actually had to look this up. And at this rate, I'm just sick and tired of using my shield and fighting all these guys. And once you go over here, cutscene.
At once the battlefield was gone. Where the ground was caked with blood and dirt, there was lush greenery. Where chaos reigned only moments before, this damning calm prevailed. Alas, it seemed I was stranded here. The time-streaming device lay in pieces at my feet.
So it appears that the time-streaming device has saved us. But how? And why? But if you go through here, there's a place we haven't been to before. Well, we can't get in any of these doors. Let's see if we can look around, and there's a enemy there, but if you kill him,
would you stand idle as vermin destroy your crops? No! Has your house burned? No! Will you allow this evil to continue? No! Will the wickedness end? Yes! Do you believe? Yes! Then take me to your king, so that I can prepare you for the onslaught.
who the heck was that? And why are the people listening to him despite the fact that he's surrounded by all those red armored guys with the spikes everywhere that we've been fighting, and the guy also has no visible pupils? Something tells me we're about to find out. So once you kill that guard and get that cutscene, this portcullis will be opened. And you can just go to the north, and it's time to make our way to the north. And we're going to just destroy and lay waste to everyone we can as we do this. Really, really easy. I should be using my iron sword for the blood, so that way I can get my health back up. Matter of fact, I think I'll do that right now, just to be on the safe side. They'll come back,
Iron sword.
as always. I mean, they came back in all the villages that I've killed everyone else in, and I need to remember that it's one slice and then we have the feast. And this is unusual. When we were here earlier, everything was burnt down. There's a town here now. And I might as well just go ahead and explore it just because, I guess. So, out of all these houses, there are 7 with open doors. 3 at the bottom, 3 at the top, and 1 in the middle. We are at the bottom. So let's go ahead and just look around and see what we can do. There's a barrel here, which we can get an energy bank out of. I have 99 of those, so I don't need to get that. And over here, there should be another door, which contains somebody wants to kill me and 2 villagers. Well, he won't be coming back to hit me ever again. And there's one more door, and it's right over here. And there are 3 barrels. We have 2 flays, and I believe a pentalic of Terrat. So there's that. I think it's a pentalic of Terrat. Either that or it's an imploder. I didn't wait for it to pop up so I could show what it was, but it was something that I needed, and it wasn't a flay or an energy bank. And this is the door in the middle. It's a save spire. I recommend using an alternate save file just in case. Just in case you need to go back and do stuff if you need to. But at least you have a way of saving your game. Though I wouldn't save it under the same save file you probably put your whole game in, because if you do that, more than likely you will put yourself in, you may put yourself in a scenario where you can't win. So if you need to get more pickups, get more blood vials or magic triangles, flash pyramids, or health or spells or what have you, if you haven't gotten everything, yeah, just keep everything, keep this part separate from everything else. That way you can at least save yourself if you need to. Because again, there's no way to go back to earlier areas at this point, and you will be in a no-win situation. And I guess there were only 6. Interesting. Well, might as well check out one more door before we go on. And there's 4 of these things that turn people into poisonous goo, but I do not need to use those for anything. And now it is time to go north past here. Decided to zoom in one more time to see if I could show off any detail, and not really. I mean, you don't get that much more detail zoomed in than when zoomed out. And this looks familiar. Well, when we were here, this statue was completed. What gives?
Ah, so it seemed I was in the land of William the Just. 50 years before the battle I had just escaped would take place.
So the time streaming device, which got us out of the battlefield and broke, leaving us stranded here, took us 50 years into the past. So William the Just isn't the Nemesis quite yet. And as you can see, instead of a bunch of tents, you have a whole town. And you can't read any of the signs, but this apparently was a town before it was just barracks in the middle of a snowy field somewhere. Also, there were 2 imploders. And I guess things changed in 50 years, and the Nemesis saw no need for a town or anything like that, and just basically killed everyone, I guess. So this all became just empty fields and tents, unfortunately. And there's nothing in here other than people we can suck blood from, which I'm not going to do. So let us move further and forward. Almost said move forward, and then I didn't know if I wanted to say further or forward, so I just decided to use both. And let's see here. There's another open door right here. We enter that, we can kind of get away from some of the armored soldiers. Maybe we can, maybe we won't. But at least there won't be as many of them coming at us. And now, let's see here. There's one more door, and it's near the end. And thankfully, the rest of the guards won't hound us anymore over here. There's really nothing to this place, just 2 empty beds. And now, to go further to the north. And there's more huts and more of this place. We're apparently now at the Nemesis fortress, aka William the Just, 50 years in the past. There's a lot more to this area. Kind of surprising. And of course we have these guys trying to swipe at me. Might as well go ahead and make meals out of them. And I've got your attention now, apparently. And yours. Let's see. Before I go anywhere in here, finally, I got a clear case of him saying that. Again, it's Victus. We want to go over here to the west because, and the reason should be familiar if you have watched me go over here in past videos. Is this place again. And of course there is a flay, but I can't get that because I have 99 of those. Why am I back at this full moon cave? Even though we've already entered it 50 years into the future, which should be our present day. Well, there's a reason for that. You have to come in here again. This actually counts as secret number 98 if you come in here after you give the doll to King Ottmar. You just have to wait for the full moon again, wait for this door to open, go north, toggle the switch, and then get out. And that's going to take a bit of a wait. So, I'm going to see you all next time when it is a full moon and this cave is open and I can go in here. And then we will face whatever comes at us, which I'm pretty sure is going to be William the Just, because there's not much else we can go to. Because again, we can't go back to previous areas. So more than likely, we'll have to go into William the Just castle just to do anything. But that will have to wait until the next video. So join me next time where we go into here, for secret number 98. And then we enter the stronghold of William the Just. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!